welcome back. It's Tuesday morning, November 28th. It's around 8 a.m. My husband and daughter left about an hour ago to go to work and school. I'm enjoying some of the quiet. I've got my first cup of coffee of the day. The pets have been tended to. Our stove did arrive yesterday afternoon from Home Depot. Our stove, we rent. Our stove has been malfunctioning pretty much since before we even got here. The tenant before us that lived here, who's a friend of mine, also noticed when she was living here that the stove was malfunctioning. So it's been kind of more of a slow decline for the past 9 years or so. Our landlords ordered us a new stove. It arrived yesterday. Because it had to be retrofitted with a kit to handle propane. That's not something Home Depot does, so they just kind of left it with the kit to do that. My husband happens to do that for a living anyway because he sells and installs furniture and appliances. So the original plan was Home Depot was going to leave the stove, and when my husband got home from work, he was going to do it. My landlord and my other landlord's son decided that they were going to do it. So they unwrapped the stove and got half of it retrofitted, and then, not retrofitted, that's probably not the right word, but they got half of it switched over to propane, and then they couldn't figure out the rest, and then just kind of had to leave it mid-project for my husband, which made it, 1,000 times worse when my husband got home because he had to try to retrace their steps and figure out what they had done, kind of double check to make sure what they did and all that stuff. So my husband ended up figuring it out, and it was a pretty easy thing. But then he got to the point where he went to actually hook up the pipe from the wall to the new hose, and they don't match. The copper pipe fittings that are actually in our wall for the stove are pretty old and pretty possibly outdated. So the new hose from the new stove isn't fitting, so he had to take those parts with him back to Home Depot so he can stop by there this morning or on his way home from work tonight to see if he can find a valve thingy that will link the two of them. But other than that, the project went fine. So we will be without a stove again today, just because it's not safe to hook up a gas stove and try to use it with the wrong fittings. So not a big deal. We can certainly microwave our dinner tonight. Leah and I, we knew that we were going to be without a stove yesterday, so Leah and I had made plans, and we went out to dinner last night. We still have plenty of leftovers, and we had leftovers even before that. So we have leftover pasta from the weekend. So we have plenty of things that we can reheat in the microwave instead of having to use the stove again tonight. But I called my landlord first thing this morning and let him know what was going on, and he's just really relieved that Rod was able to kind of take over and figure out what was going on, and hopefully he's learned his lesson about trying to do things when we don't really know what we're doing. My other landlord, his sister, we rent a house that was owned by a brother and sister. We rent their late parents' house, and the brother and sister have a house on each side of us. So the sister on the other side of us, her stove happened to die as well. So they've ordered another stove for her, which should be here in a week or two. But Rod, my husband, is going to, get her old stove out and install that stove, because that one's also propane. So hopefully they've learned their lesson about trying to do that themselves, and we'll just kind of leave it for my husband for when he gets home and he can take care of it quickly. Unfortunately, we don't know if her issue is going to be the same as ours with the not having the right part to connect the old and the new. So we're just going to have to wait and be patient until all that happens. In the meanwhile, that's my exciting rambling for this morning. You get to hear about my stove. I have a Bitsy haul to show. This isn't my Black Friday Bitsy. This is the Bitsy order that I had placed before that, which came yesterday. I had placed a small order several days prior. It looks like November 21st I had placed an order. And that came yesterday, and I'm pretty excited about this order, and I will show you why. But first of all, let's get to the haul. So the first thing is this adorable Avery Elle Extraordinary stamp set. This is a rebuy for me. I have the stamp and the die set. I can't find them anywhere. And I'm really upset. I love Avery Elle. It's probably one of my favorite stamp companies. I'm sorry, I have a stupid shadow coming from somewhere again, and I don't know where that is. Or maybe it's my, is it the pole? No, it's not my pole here. So this is a rebuy. I can't find it. I didn't pick up the dies because they were a little bit pricey still. And I think it's gone. I don't even know what happened to it. I was gonna say I think somebody took it, but nobody would come in, like nobody's coming in to take my stamps. So I must have left it somewhere. Maybe it was on my desk one night and the cats knocked it into the trash and I didn't notice and emptied out my trash, and just very devastating. I've looked everywhere. I'm pretty careful normally with my stuff. Things are usually put away unless they're works in progress, like, you know, and then I have my new basket system, but before that I would just have piles everywhere. So that's really the only thing I can think of is a cat knocked it into the trash and I didn't notice, and I went to empty the trash the next morning. Really devastating. I'll have to get the dies again as well because those are gone. But it's a favorite of mine. I love Avery Elle, and I especially love their small little sets. They're a little bit pricey, I think, for a small set, but I don't know, something about their little sets. I got, oh my goodness, four different, I'm sorry. I'm still on this first cup of coffee. 4 different stamp sets from Jimbo Logic, which are just funny and fun sentiment type things. I like the sarcastic, kind of rude, funny cards. So these were on really good sale. They were $3 on sale for this whole 4x6 stamp set. So of course I can't pass that up. And they feel, I've never used this brand before, but they feel pretty decent quality. Plus that most of them are funny and I'll get good use out of most of them. So at that price it was worth it. And I think I grabbed probably one of each. Sorry, my voice. I woke up with a sore throat today. I think I'm still dealing with post-nasal drip issues. And then from Technique Tuesday, this sentiment set, which Undeniably Smitten. Oh, it's from 2017, so it's a newer stamp set. But I was thinking Valentine's Day because I'm already doing my Valentine's Day card designs. I liked some of these sentiments. The You Are My Person, All of Me Loves All of You. This for my husband, Completely in Love with You. So just really sweet, very Valentine's Day. This one was $7.50, so not a bad price for a large sentiment stamp set. Oh, and the Avery Elle was $4.79, so that's a good price. These are normally, this size is normally $7 or $8, so that's a good price. They're a little bit bigger than like the small sets that come from Lawn Fawn. And if you've been paying attention to anything that I've been saying in the past couple of months, I used to really not like Lawn Fawn, and now I really like them. So, so I've been collecting all of my Lawn Fawn, and I'm very upset that I missed out on the Black Friday to Cyber Monday, spend $60, get the little chameleon set and the die, but hopefully they come out and start to sell those separately. Okay, this is the thing that I was really looking forward to, is the Hero Arts layering stamp set, the Large Orchid. First of all, I love Hero Arts. Secondly, I love Hero Arts layering stamps. They're probably my favorite thing ever. Third, I love orchids. Fourth, my business is named after orchids. So I thought this would be fantastic to start making, well, I don't start making, but I make my own little thank you notes that I slip into all of my purchases. Just a little business card thing. I slip into all of my purchases that has a coupon code. I used to do larger ones that were like a bookmark, and they had a paper piece orchid on them, but that was taking me too much time. But I was thinking I could do it again, only stamp an orchid, which would take much, much less time and be just as lovely, maybe even lovelier, because now I have some prettier inks that I can use. So I'm super, super excited about this. My business is called The Dark Orchid. I'm a legally registered business in the state of New Hampshire, and I have been since 2011. It is not an emo or a cool or a goth way of referring to myself. I am not the Dark Orchid. The Dark Orchid was an object. It actually was supposed to be, the Purple Orchid was supposed to be the name of my business. But that was already taken in New Hampshire, and it happened to have been a dark purple orchid that meant quite a lot to me. So I figured the Dark Orchid would suffice. When my husband and I knew each other for many years, not like a ton of years, but several years before we started dating. We were actually roommates at one point. We rented a house with other friends. There were other people there. It wasn't just us. But before we started dating, I had mentioned once, like a few years before, that purple orchids were my favorite flower, and they're really hard to find. And I think it was for my 24th or 25th birthday party. We had a big party and lots of people over and all that, and he drove to like every flower shop, every florist in town until he found one that could special order some dark purple orchids for me. So that was kind of how he told me that, you know, wink wink, I kind of like you. Presented me with the dark purple orchids. And I was just absolutely floored that somebody would remember something I said just in passing, casual, years before that. So that is the story of the Dark Orchid. It was named after my my husband's sweetness, and not necessarily an adjective to describe myself. It's really cold in here. I'm wearing my blanket. I have the heat kind of going behind me, but it's still really cold. So the other thing I have to show off, I mentioned that Leah and I went out to dinner last night. We had to kill a little bit of time in between getting her from her after school club to actually making it to dinner at the restaurant. So we went to our local Ocean State job lot store to just walk around. I usually go there once a week or at least a couple times a month anyway. If you don't know what Ocean State job lot is, it's just another one of those liquidator type stores, like a Martin's, is that what it's called? Martin's up in Maine or something like that. It's your pretty standard liquidator. They get different closeout warehouse deals, and so they have a lot of stock that rotates regularly. They get a lot of clothes passed down from like Macy's 5 seasons ago clothes, and they have a food section. This one happens to have a pretty decent food section. They have a pretty decent selection of organic baking goods, which is nice if you're into that. And Leah and I just saw yesterday that they now have big tubs of coconut oil for $3.99, and which we use to make our own bath bombs now. And we've been getting them for like $8, the same size container at the grocery store. So we're gonna have to go back and we'll grab a couple of the $3.99 coconut oils when we think of it again next. This particular place, the store location, happens to be sort of across the street from the clinic that I volunteer at every Friday. So when I have my shift there, I'll usually go across the street just to kind of check out and see what's new. I get a lot of just little things for my Happy Meals there. You know, they'll get different stickers and envelopes, and, you know, they get some fun office supplies and pens and stuff periodically. So I'm there often enough that it almost seems like they never get anything new. You know, because I'm just there and I see the changes about every week. But we had a little time to kill, and it was either that or go into the Family Dollar and walk around, and I hate the Family Dollar, so it's just really overpriced. But we did get a few things, nothing crafty, I don't think, or nothing really crafty, but I figured I'd just show it off because my daughter was excited. We just got these slow cooker liners. I've never tried one before. I thought maybe it would help, and this was $1.69, and we don't have sales tax in this state, so I paid $1.69. We'll give that a shot next time I make something. We got a letter opener because I don't have one. I'd never had one. This was 50 cents. I'd never had one. I always did the pencil or pen and then rip it and whatever. 50 cents. We were trying to kill about an hour, so we were very slowly walking through the store looking at stuff. We grabbed an oven thermometer for $3.99. When my landlord was over here yesterday trying to install the oven, we were just casually having some conversations, and he said, hey, do you have an oven thermometer so you can test to see how accurate the temperature on the dial of the oven is? And I was like, no, I don't, but I should get one. And we just happened to be walking through that aisle yesterday, and I was like, oh, Pete said I should get one of those, so I did. A new variety pack of toothbrushes, $1.49. We go through these frequently. They have some kind of like dirt or something in the corner of this package, but it's nice and sealed, so I'm not worried about the toothbrushes inside. We drop toothbrushes on the floor a lot, so then they have to be replaced pretty frequently anyway. My daughter picked out this plastic lunchbox for sandwiches. Pretty exciting stuff, but it's $1. Woohoo! It's just cute. She goes for these frequently enough too. She'll leave them at school to lose them. I grabbed these. They're calling them 3-inch self-standing baking cups in gold and silver with a holly sort of Christmas pattern on them. They were $1.50 each. These I probably will not use these for any Christmas baking or holiday tarts. I'm going to flatten them and use them in my Christmas crafts. Going to do some Christmas decor. And the other crafty thing I got was this package of paper cutouts to look like denim. I just thought it might be fun to... There's a little pocket, paper pocket, little denim jeans pocket in here. I thought it would be fun to actually use this as a pocket in some of my... Oh, it's got a cute little daisy on it. Our bunny rabbit's name is Daisy. For an actual, like, flip book or something, make that an actual pocket to put stuff in. I just thought it was cute for $1.50 for 36 pieces. Is a really good price. They didn't have any other, you know, varieties. It was just these denim ones where I would have snagged more. Just a fun little thing. And then the last things I picked up, I got 2 more bottles of nail polish. OPI or OP. I'm not sure how to say it, if it's OP or you say OPI. Nail polish. This is a new brand. It's not a new brand. This is a new brand to me. I'd heard of it. I just never used it before. I really like Avon nail polish, and I had a ton of it, and I used to get one every couple of months. I'd pick out a new color from my best friend's mother. Sells Avon, but she retired from that like 1.5 years ago, so I've not been buying any nail polish because I keep forgetting you can just buy some at the store. Also, she used to sell me my favorite hand cream, which I have a couple little spots of eczema, which are currently, this one's currently pretty well controlled, but this one is getting a little dry right now. But they sell a hand cream from Avon, which is really hard to get because sometimes it's back ordered a lot from Avon, which really helps with that. So I used to get that from her whenever I could score it. And then also my face scrub. There's a acne face scrub that I like from Avon that I also haven't been able to get because Cindy retired. So if you happen to sell Avon, I'm in the market for a new Avon lady. So definitely send me your information, or an Avon man. I'd like to buy from an Avon man. But anyway, so I've started picking these up for a couple of months now, just some pretty colors when I see them. Leah picked out the pink and I picked out the green, and I've already done my nails. It's sort of a nice corally pink. It's called Got Myself Into a Jambalaya, and the green is called I'm So Swamped. So they're pretty. So we're slowly expanding our nail polish collection. I probably will wear nail polish 5 or 6 days a week. I let my nails breathe in between because I don't like that weird color. And I used to wear fake nails. I don't know. Technically, I used to bite my nails really viciously to the point where I was peeling them back until bloody stumps and peeling labels, and I stopped doing that cold turkey when I was around 25. And I don't know if you can even tell, but just because of the way I used to peel it, some of my nails are permanently, they just grow in a little bit weird, a little bit bumpy. All these, 13 years later. And I quit doing that cold turkey, and my nails started growing. And the way that one of the things that I would do to stop biting my nails was I would put the fake nails on top. and let that go. That would help. But now I don't need to. My nails grow fast. They grow pretty strong. They can get pretty long, even if, you know, they get a little bumpy. But I don't usually have problems with them breaking or anything. So I like to keep them polished and pretty. And I don't like to wear polish all the time because I like to let them breathe. They will turn a little yellow, especially if I'm wearing a dark color or a red. They'll turn a little yellow. I like glitter nail polish. It's really hard to get that off, so I won't wear that very often either. And I try to be a little bit sparing with that. Anyway, that's me with nail polish. I have been Avon, so I've never really used this brand, and I kind of picked one up. And I was like, oh wow, it just went on so smoothly and beautifully, and it dried relatively quickly. I was just very fuss-free, and then I was like, well, maybe it's just a fluke, and I got a really good bottle. Let me try it again, and I picked up another one, and it was so great. So I think they have a beautiful range of colors, and I like how the polish goes on, and I like how it dries. And I seem to be able to find them cheap enough, you know, whether it's for $3.99 at my Ocean State job lot, or I've bought them from Holler, just anywhere fairly cheaply and fairly regularly. So I just wish that they come out with a slightly smaller bottle, maybe a half-size bottle or something. I love nail polish, but I like to have so many colors that it seems impractical to buy a big, huge thing. Anyway, so that's it. That's all I got from Ocean State job lot. That's my rambling rants. I have, it's Tuesday morning. My Tuesday morning video is actually uploading right now as we speak on Tuesday morning, so that's pretty exciting. Today I have some projects that I'm working on for my shop. I also got a local custom order that I will be starting to work on, and of course getting new labels on my new stamps and getting stuff put away. And I need to do some product photography, which I will do on the table behind me, which is right in front of the window, to get some natural sunlight. I'll wait till the sun comes up a little bit more and gets into the windows just perfectly, but that's pretty much what I got. Just another day just shivering here with my blanket. This is my adorable little holiday blanket that Leah got for me for Christmas last year. It's perfect for keeping around my legs while I'm working. So that's just about it. I don't really even have any projects in progress to show off because I don't really have any except for this, and this isn't really anything to show off. This is just getting ready to repackage to send to somebody else. So that's about it. I hope you have a really, really good day. I'm not sure what I'm getting for packages in the mail today, but I'm sure something will come. Something always comes, it seems like, every day, because I'm a terrible overshopper. So we'll see. So I'm not sure if I'll be doing a video tomorrow or if I'll do one a little bit later in the week when I have a little bit more to show off. But anyway, I wish you the very best, and stay warm and take care. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.